Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't already know me, I'm Linda Davis Valdez. I'm the YEC and one of the CSCs in Brooklyn. Regarding the MLK's vision and CJA, well, here are my thoughts. When I think of Dr. King and his vision, I can't help but to be saddened because as many things have changed, many things have remained the same, systemically, that is. His dream in totality is unrealized, but there is still hope. I believed in his dream for a peaceful, unified America with equality for all. Ever since as far back as I can remember, it really shaped who I believe myself to be: a unifier, a healer, a champion for the less fortunate, a fighter for justice and equality. I've worked my whole life, personally and professionally, advocating for fairness and justice. As a young child, school age, I got into quite a bit of trouble for standing up for the rights of others against other children and teachers, because to me, unfairness of any type was just wrong. So in my opinion, or in the words of Dr. King, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. As for CJA, well, I think we're on the right track with our efforts to reduce unnecessary pretrial detention. We understand the impact it can have on families. There is still a long way to go in this post-racial America, but I do have hope, and I am still dreaming. Thank you. This piece is part 2 of MLK, my interpretation of an MLK vision. I actually wrote this piece right after the inauguration. I was thinking about Dr. King. We had just passed this holiday. So these are some of the thoughts that came to me. As we just celebrated another MLK Jr. holiday and a history-making vice presidential inauguration, I couldn't help but think about Dr. King and how he would feel about the superficial progress that has been made in this country. On the surface, it looks as though we have overcome America's woes with race. We elected a black man as president, and we just inaugurated a black woman as vice president. But as evidenced by the insurrection on the Capitol, the racial divide in the criminal justice system, the racial divide when another black person is killed by the police, the racial divide in healthcare as evidenced by the corona pandemic, the racial divide in housing, in education, in virtually every area of our lives, we have not overcome. America's ugly racial divide still festers, rearing its ugly head with a vengeance. I can't help but think how sad Dr. King would be that 66 years after that first bus boycott, black Americans are still fighting for justice and the equality of basic human rights. There is still a lot of work to do, and in my opinion, that begins with education, accountability, and reparations. Yes, reparations for the damage done to black America, not just 400 plus years ago, but by all of the legal means that kept black Americans disenfranchised, from FHA laws, segregation, Jim Crow, redlining, etc. We must also repair the damage done to black families and black communities caused by the systemic racism built into criminal justice sentencing laws. Black families and black communities were eviscerated by the Get Tough laws. As an agency, we, CJA, are on the right track and looking at ways to reduce unnecessary pretrial detention and to level the playing field for everyone, thus creating fairness. We understand that just one day behind bars could mean the end of a family's livelihood. We still need help in so many ways, just to balance the scales of justice and of life. Like Dr. King, we keep fighting because we are tired of being seared into the withering flames of injustice. I still dream of an America where we all recognize that an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I still dream of an America where the color of one's skin is not a factor in anything. And in the words of Dr. King, that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. No matter what, I still dream. Thank you.